Hi everyone, welcome back to Actually Us. I'm Kimberlea.
I'm John.
And we are true crime YouTubers, among other things here on YouTube. We wanted to do this video because I am a second-time mom, he's a first-time dad, and we're gonna give you newborn must-haves, things that we cannot live without. And then also at the end, we're gonna throw in some things we would not purchase and think are not worth it.
And also some honorable mentions.
Right, so this is our top 10, but there might be some other things sprinkled in. So we're gonna get right into it.
And the first one is Cubo AI. I love this one because I'm always working, she's always working, and it's a camera that sits over your baby's head in the bed, and you can watch them sleep or do whatever it is that they do while they're in their crib.
There's a lot of cool things about this camera. I mean, everyone needs a camera. Everyone needs a monitor to watch their baby, but we have the Snoo. And I didn't want to mention the Snoo because some people like it, some people hate it, some people recommend it, some people don't. You can look into the Snoo for yourself, but that would be like on the top of our list, but we're just not mentioning it because not everyone wants a moving bassinet. But this particular camera is great for the Snoo, but you can also take the camera off and it can go anywhere. It can even travel with you. But I like the app because, like he said, you can watch your baby, you can play music from the camera. It has really great night vision.
You can also talk to your baby through its mic, and it also gives you cute little snapshots throughout the day, kind of creating little memories of your baby growing.
It also has a feature where if, let's say, you have a babysitter or maybe your in-laws are watching from the camera, you can assign roles to the app so that, let's say, you don't want, the sound on because maybe the bassinet's in your bedroom and you don't really want everybody to hear what else is going on in your bedroom. So you can put parameters on what people can view, whether they can view the history of what your baby was doing yesterday and the day before. So I like that because we do have other caretakers helping us from time to time, and it's nice to be able to control the privacy of the camera.
And one of the best features is that it'll tell you if the baby rolled over or if it's crying.
Yeah, that is really good and really helpful. Okay, so for me, the second one, number 2, would be the Baby Brezza. And this is sort of what people call the Keurig of baby formula making. It is a formula dispenser. It mixes the formula for you. It's pre-measured inside the machine. You just stick the bottle underneath and press start. We have 2 different versions because sometimes we're at home, sometimes we're at our studio, like here. And the one we have at home is, I think, like the upgraded version that has the Wi-Fi. We thought we needed that.
Right, we had these thoughts of, we're getting the baby, better make the bottle now, press the button. We never use it.
Never used it once.
We've never used it once.
So I don't really think people need that, but let's say they have multiples or, you have a few machines and you have to push the button from afar. I could see where the Wi-Fi would come in, but for us, it's still really great and convenient because it just mixes it for you and everything's ready to go. You really don't have to think about it. And I used to mix all of my other daughter, who's now 13, her bottles by hand every time. And I'd have to measure it in the middle of the night. It was quite a hassle.
Just pressing that button and it's done is great. You can adjust the temperature of the milk. You can adjust the ounces. It's pretty easy to clean. The water is easily filled up and the powder is easily filled up as well. It's a great tool.
It'll also tell you when it's time to clean the funnel, and something that I actually learned it from somewhere else online, is to have extra funnels on hand. We'll link those below as well. Everything will be linked below. But the extra funnels come in handy because you don't want to be holding the baby in the middle of the night, one hand trying to get the funnel out. You have to clean it so that, nothing gets stuck in there and gunked up, and then the formula will expire in there and it can be harmful for your baby.
Every 4 cycles, you need to clean that funnel. So have 2 or 3 of them in case you forget to clean one. You can just grab your clean one, pop it in there, press start. Fills up, baby's happy.
Exactly.
And number 3, we have gone through so many swaddles, and we have found out that the Ollie swaddle is at least our baby's favorite. We've tried so many other ones. She doesn't like it. The Ollie swaddle's super easy to just wrap her up. The Velcro is nice and tight. It doesn't hurt her, doesn't scratch her skin. It's breathable, and it's very stretchy. She seems to like it.
I like it because I never swaddled my first baby at all, and I now know the difference between trying to get your baby to go to bed and actually getting your baby to feel comfortable and go to bed. We even took like a class on how to get your baby to sleep, and Mazzie's just been amazing from day one, but it is our job to get that routine started for the baby. But the Ollie swaddle has been amazing. It's so easy to use. You don't need to learn how to swaddle with a big blanket. It has the Velcro already there. You place the baby down on top of the Ollie. You start to put the big Velcro over, and then the other Velcro goes over that. And you can actually use the little elastic at the bottom to tuck their feet in, but we really don't tuck her feet in.
Yeah, we let her feet just go wild.
And we actually use this inside the snoo. You can look that up for yourself and figure out how to do all that, but it's definitely helped to get Mazzy to settle and get rested before we put her to sleep in the bassinet. And like he said, we've tried so many different swaddles. I bought probably at least 10 or more different brands, everything. We call the one like the airplane swaddle and this. But this one, it just works the best and it's super easy to use. Number 4 is the Baby Brezza Cleaner. This is a bottle washer. Now, if you're not using bottles, you don't have to worry about this. But with my first baby, I would hand wash, then I would sterilize, then I would dry. And it's a whole process, and then you need more bottles. So I decided this time we were going to try it. And if you have a washing machine, or not a washing machine, what's the other thing called?
Dishwasher.
And if you have a dishwasher, that's great. You could use your dishwasher. But what we found is that the washer, the Baby Brezza washer, is using less water. It's faster than a normal cycle in the dishwasher. And it's made for bottles. So it's really simple to use. When you're done using a bottle, you're going to put it into the machine. You drop a little tablet in there. It can hold the bottle tops and nipples and everything on top. And then you just fill it up with water, start the cycle, and let it do its thing. And it does everything for you to the point of it being completely dry and sterilized. And all you have to do is grab the bottle.
What I liked about it is it had extra little compartments for the utensils that you use to clean the bottle. I wouldn't recommend sticking an extremely dirty bottle in there with powder caked on. You should go and rinse it off first so it's relatively clean, and then go in there, throw it in, disinfect it. I love that it's pretty quick and it dries your bottles. Yeah, it has those little slots for other utensils. I also cleaned the Baby Brezza funnel in there as well because it has extra space when you're using 4 of those bottles.
That reminds me, we'll just make this one number 5, and it's another one of my favorites. But when you said, the different utensils and things, what we're usually referring to is that the bottles we use are the Tommy Tippy bottles, and they have little add-ons that help to eliminate gas and fussiness on your baby. So that's what we can put into the washer, because there's little slots, and we're going to be showing it to you here, where you can just put those little items inside, and that's really convenient to get all of the different parts of the bottle clean and sterilized. And the Tommy Tippy bottles are my favorite. I have tried so many with Shiloh before Mazzy came along. This was 13 years ago, so they didn't have all the bottles they have now, but they did have Tommy Tippy, and I used them and loved them because she had colic so bad, and I went through every other bottle, company and brand, and I love these the best. But I especially love the ones that have the gas relieving.
The stick
Yeah,
tube
the
thing
gas
that
relieving
goes in
stick.
there?
Yeah, those sticks. Those are good. And then when you don't need them anymore, there's other options of different tops you can put on. And we've kind of graduated to some of those with Mazzy. But Mazzy's is just 6 months old. So we're still using a lot of the gas bottles.
Yeah. I love
It's
those
really
bottles.
helped.
They're good. Really easy.
And they're easy for the baby to hold as well. And they have like grooves on the sides that are comfortable to hold for parents. And I just all around really like them.
And number 6, we're talking burp cloths. Muslin burp cloths. Easy to dry, easy to wash, and they pick up everything.
We use them for everything,
Yeah, even my dirty little fingers.
But they come in handy because, the first time around, I was so surprised with, never having a baby before, not knowing they spit up a lot, they're digesting, they're learning how to eat. So throwing that over your shoulder, you can burp the baby on it, you can wipe their mouth on it. And we've saved so many shirts and outfits from getting completely, drenched. So I will highly recommend them. And I like the ones that we got because they're long. They go over your shoulder. They're big. They're not these tiny burp cloths. They're a big, nice size. And that's why you can use them for other things as well. Like there have been times where Mazzy has, accidentally peed on the changing table, and I'll just grab one really quick, and they're very absorbent, and they come in a nice pack of a bunch of them.
And awesome assorted colors.
Yeah, if you like that. I mean, I do. I choose the colors that I like.
Yeah, love them.
Come in many different colors, and I'm sure one of them will
Catch your eye.
fit your color scheme. if you will. Number 7, some people might not think this is such a must-have. He is like so-so on it, but you have reasons why you do like it.
I'm not a so-so on this at all.
Oh, the warmer? The wipe warmer?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were. So the wipe warmer that I got is great. I love it. It's so good. It's so convenient. And the reason why it's convenient is because it's, well, where we have it. Obviously, you're going to have it in reach of your baby. But I like how it dispenses the actual wipes. Even if it didn't warm the wipes, I would still like the fact that they're so easy to take out of this wipe warmer. But we do use Huggies, and there is a certain kind that, can you grab those really quick? But we do use a certain kind, and they're these Huggies ones. And the reason we use them is because, well, they automatically dispense like another one because they're kind of attached. Do you see that little attachment? So in the wipe warmer, they work so well because they just come up one by one and come right out. And the wipe warmer is great.
One of my favorite things about the wipe warmer is, well, one, it's warm. I love it because when I take Mazzy out, I usually take one of those warm wipes and I wipe her belly. And it causes her to pee. Mm-hmm. And so I rarely get any messes when I'm changing her because I always wipe her belly with a warm wipe. It just makes her
she
feel
pee.
good.
And that way, you don't have to change outfits because you have a big accident on the changing table. But I think it's a must-have. I really like it. I did not use it the first time with my other baby, so I think it's worth it. And it's nice to have a warm wipe on your skin.
The only problem with the wipe warmers is when your partner forgets to change them, and then it's in the middle of the night, and you go in and find an empty, cavernous hole where wipes once were. And then she doesn't put the wipes in the drawer, so then you have to go and look around, go, babe.
And I'm like, yeah, that's the only downside that I can think of.
And now we're on to number 8, bibs with magnets. Specifically, and we can't find this yet, bibs with magnets on the side.
Yeah, we don't have
There's caveat to this, number 8. There's one, bibs with side zips or side clips. Those are good because when you're laying the baby down or wherever she is, it's not behind her head where now you have to like finagle her neck. It's right here on the side.
Baby?
Boom. The best is finagle. We can't finagle? What should we
That's a bad word.
We have to adjust her head. What I like the best besides the side snap bibs is the bibs with magnets because they're strong enough to hold on with a little force, but also they come off extremely easily when you want them to come off, not just when the baby's tugging at it. They stay on. They're great.
I really like the magnet ones, but I haven't found ones that are absorbent as some of the muslin ones that we use. And those that we're going to link below have the snaps on the side. And I really like those because I'll be holding her with one arm and I'll use my hand to just unsnap the bib before I swaddle her and put her to bed. So if it's in the back, she actually starts to fuss because then I have to pick her neck up and go behind there, and sometimes I can't even undo it with my nails. So
yeah, true.
Yeah, highly recommend the side ones or the magnet ones.
So we'll put both of those in the description for you.
Number 9 is our baby changing station. So this is a little peanut-shaped pad. It's soft. It's so easy to clean. It's made of a really nice material, and it can go anywhere. We have a small condo right now. We are renovating our house. That'll be a video on this channel. But for right now, we live in a 2-bedroom condo. We have the baby in our bedroom, and it was great because we already had a dresser there. And you want to keep it close enough to the baby's bassinet or crib that you can just take the baby out and slide them right over to get their diaper changed. And it's so easy. We didn't have to buy a whole new baby changing table. However, we do have one in this room that's not bad. But when we're home, this is so great. It also has a strap so you can make sure your baby doesn't fall off of it.
And it adheres to any surface pretty well. It also has these grooves that kind of protrude off of the thing, so when the baby's kind of rolling around, it keeps her in her place. I'm just going to add something to that.
Yeah.
Dog pads, pee pads, baby pee pads, throw that on top of that baby changer. Oh, yeah. Game changer.
We do that. I mean, they're called chucks, I guess, in the medical industry, but there are some that are specifically made for babies, and they're in the shape of like a baby changing station, and they're sort of like thinner. We're showing all of this on the screen so you can see what we're talking about, but this really does help because you're gonna have accidents, and this way you don't have to clean the whole thing. You just throw it away.
Yeah. And now number 10, my favorite are slinky baby outfits. The kind that are super stretchy and super breathable, because when she does have those accidents like we were talking about in number 9, those slinky outfits can come right off super easy, and it's not a struggle to try to put it over their head when they're like, I don't like this. They're so stretchy and they're so soft, and they look good too.
Yeah, I really do like those. We have a couple from different brands, and just the material itself is really comfortable. Like, I imagine not all baby clothes are comfortable. Like, I'll feel some of the cotton ones, not that they're bad, but I'll just think, wow, that's kind of uncomfortable, and it's kind of bunching up and stuff like that. So I do like the slinky ones. They're so easy to take on and off. And another great thing is, even if they are, let's say, like a size too small, they're really not, because they stretch. Yeah. So if you want them to go a little longer, because I know how it can add up financially, those are easy because you can kind of stretch them into a couple more months as well.
I feel like the baby, it feels good on the baby skin.
Yeah.
It's not like a hard cotton that's kind of scratchy,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Now that we've told you our top 10 must-haves, we wanted to do like the honorable mentions that you don't need them, but we like them and would highly recommend. And the first one would be
Burt's Bees Baby Powder. Doesn't have the talc. It's got cornstarch, I think.
I think it's cornstarch.
It smells really good. I like putting it on my own skin. One of my favorite things I've found that she's told me about is after you wash your baby, put a little of that baby powder on them. Dries them up pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
They feel silky smooth, and they smell really good too.
Yeah, it's like the best smelling powder that I've ever bought. And when she gets out of the bath, we put that on her because it's hard to get their clothes back on when they're soaking wet. So you just sprinkle a little bit on there, put it all over the baby, and it smells really great, especially when they do have like a blowout or something. You want them to smell really nice and fresh.
Yeah.
It's a great product. The second thing is a thermometer, the forehead thermometers. You will definitely need a forehead thermometer, and we went through a few of them before we found one that actually works well. So we definitely want to tell you about it because guess what? Babies are going to get a fever.
Babies are going to get fussy.
And you have to know for sure if it's because of teething, if they're sick. And, it's a very easy way to just do that when they're laying down getting their diaper changed.
Right, because it's the best, because it's difficult to place the thermometer. And I don't know if you want to go and, do the rectal thermometer, but we are not doing that.
No, it's not. No.
What I like about the forehead one is they do it themselves. When they're on there fussing around, you just hold and they scan their own forehead. It's perfect.
It is.
All right, my friend Gerald, all the way in Canada, sent us the Baby Einstein. I don't know, it's called like the kicking piano. It's right here on the screen, obviously. But our newborn kicked the out of it. It was so great. She's learning music, not really, but she is kicking it so hard, and she seems like she loves it. She doesn't love it anymore because she's older now,
Yeah.
but in the first few months, we would lay her on that and have her learn how to use her arms and legs, and she would kick that thing. It would talk back. It
has different languages.
It has different languages. It's resilient.
Also,
it's great.
when the baby gets a little older, I don't know if you've seen this yet, but it turns into a piano. So it sits like the other way, and then they can play on it with their hands. So we haven't gotten there yet with Mazzy, but our friend's baby is brand new, a few months younger than Mazzy, and he was even liking to be underneath the little play areas and stuff. And the one that I was going to mention after that, because that one's really great, and there's 2 different versions that we own of the little kicking thing, because our other friends got us a different brand, and both of them
version.
are great. Yeah, but the Einstein one is a little bit more resilient than the other one.
Yeah,
and doesn't play the music as easily either when they're kicking. A subscriber of ours got us this black, white, and red kind of like mobile play gym. It's for babies, it's for newborns, and our friend's baby was just under it the other day, and he absolutely loved it. And Mazzy loves it too, even now. Even though she's kind of rolling over at this point, she still likes to be under there. And it's great because the high contrast really helps your baby learn and be able to see things. And I think it's great.
I've learned that, from what I can tell, is that high contrast items will garner your baby's attention much more than other drab looking items.
Yeah. And then lastly, for the honorable mentions, we have the thing you mentioned yesterday, the Mamaroo swing thing.
The Mamaroo, yeah.
And I even found a cute little insert for newborns because our baby was a month early, so she was tiny and couldn't really fit into things safely. So I went on Etsy and found a really cute insert that was like black leopard, black and white leopard. It was really cute. Now Mazzy's grown out of that, and she's just in the Mamaroo I think it's like for mom's Mamaroo. We're obviously showing all these things on the screen, but that does come in handy. If you have to go to the bathroom, if you have to walk away, the baby Einstein as well. If you have to put the baby down, it's like a nice place where you know they're safe. I mean, don't leave them unattended, but you know what I mean. If it's in your eye line, you put them in there. I'm sure we all do it. Your baby is safe, they're strapped in, and it has different levels. So you could even put them in there and only have it swinging a tiny bit. Or like Mazzy, you can have it on full blast and the music going, and it's just great to give you a little break because my hips, my back, my shoulders, they start to ache.
I will tell you this though, the Mamaroo is built pretty cheaply, but
he broke the first one.
I broke the first one, but when you don't break the first one, it works. It works great.
It does. Before we leave, we want to give you the things that we would not purchase again, that we didn't think were worth the money, and I'm going to start with the Owlet. It's like an Owlet little sock that's supposed to monitor their heart, their breathing. And I just want to say, if your baby does have a heart murmur or they're having trouble breathing or they have a respiratory infection when you bring them home from the hospital, you may want to buy this. We only used it maybe the first week that Mazzy was born, and then I found no use for it.
It does everything it says it's supposed to do. It tracks the heart rate. It's kind of like an Aura ring for your baby. But the problem was it's kind of a hassle putting it on their leg. It dies extremely quick. It's annoying when it dies. It makes a chirp noise that's incessant. And yeah, it's we didn't seem to really need it.
No.
I mean, one, our baby doesn't have any medical issues
Thankfully,
as such, but if yours does, then I can see how that can be helpful. But for us, you know, she wanted it. She's like, oh my God, our baby, we need to monitor it all the time. And then we're like, oh, she's going to be okay. We don't really need that.
Yeah, I do think it would be great, like I said, for somebody that does really need to keep track of that. However, even our camera we told you about in the beginning, it has a sensor pad you can put underneath the mattress. You have to look into this yourself. We use a snooze, so we can't really use that. But it does have a sensor pad that can tell you if they're breathing, and you can get that separately with the camera we recommended. So we'll leave that below if it's something that you do want to do, but don't want to have to deal with the hassle of putting a sock on their foot and them kicking it off or them not really liking it. And then you can't put a sock on them either, or a little, like a footy outfit.
Yeah.
Because then the sock is on there. The second thing was the Baby Snoo Mobile. If you've got the Snoo, you can see that we have a mobile on it. It's very cute, don't get me wrong, but do we need it? No. I thought it would help with like developmental milestones, and she doesn't even notice it's there. Like she's never really looking at it.
Yeah, I've never seen her notice it.
It's just there, and it is cute.
It's more of a hassle for me. When I go and bend over to pick her up, it gets caught on my head, and I end up always pulling it out.
Yeah, so definitely not worth the money, you know, because it's kind of more of a luxury thing, and I just think you can go without it. So that's all we have for our newborn must-haves. Mazzy's now 6 months, so we will be coming back with infant must-haves soon to give you a list of things that we definitely think are worth it, so you can save your money on the things that are not worth it. And, you know, just to mention, you don't really need to buy a bunch of, like, cute frilly outfits for babies when they're really young and newborns, unless it's for a special occasion and you want to take photos, because they're going to poop in them, they're going to, you know, spit on them, and really it's just great to have the cheap little things that stand the test of time.
And if you all have any recommendations or suggestions, we'd love to read them in the comments.
Yeah.
Always looking for new baby stuff.
Also, if you have any things that you would want us to try, Mazzy will be in the age from like about 6 months to a year, so we can try anything in that age range right now. So if you leave it below, maybe we will talk about it in our next must-haves. But thank you so much for watching.
And we'll see you on the next video.
Bye.